I'm joined by the big dog, Charlie Murphy.
Hi mate, you alright?
I'm very good, mate. Easy Now.
Easy Now, how are we?
Love the same, man. Let the audience know where Easy Now comes from.
Well, I used to do some foot champ streams on TikTok, and I had it in my head. I've got a bit like, I've not been diagnosed, but like autistic traits, ADHD traits. All my friends seem to say, you're definitely on there. I've not had it checked, but I'd probably agree with it. And I had like the song that had Easy Now in my head, and I just scored a goal, and I was rubbish at foot champs, and I just went, Easy Now. And then the chat started spamming it, as they do, and it just stuck. Like it went into the next stream, and then I thought, if they like it, I'm going to run with it. Just ran with it and kind of never looked back. I can't get away from it now.
That's quality, bro. Yeah. No, I love the saying so much, mate. It's so catchy. Every time you get a win, it's Easy Now.
Yeah, loads of people do it. Like if they're enjoying something, Easy Now. It's just, yeah, it's just easy.
It's quality, bro. Well, mate, I want to speak about since January 2024, because you've achieved a lot since then, mate. Like you've lost a really good amount of weight, but not even to mention that, like when we started working together, you had about 5,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah. YouTube was non-existent back in 2023.
No, it wasn't.
I've been working with Charlie for 2.5 years now, so, mate, I mean, that's some crazy trajectory for social media.
Yeah, things have gone well with it. I gained a lot of confidence after we first started, and we did lose a bit of weight, and I started to grow my channels, and then it kind of really took off when I got down to my lowest weight, which we're no longer at. We'll go into that in a bit. But yeah, the losing weight gave me confidence to get going with and get more confident, more creative, more productive with my content. And things that have come on the back of that have led me to be very busy, and my life has changed because of it. But yeah, that really got me going. I think if I didn't lose that weight, I would, well, at the time when I first messaged you, weren't even posting. Because I didn't want to post. I was kind of afraid of the way I looked and just didn't want to do it anymore. I kind of stopped for a bit, and yeah, it did give me the confidence to start posting again and create what we've created today. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a pretty cool trajectory, isn't it? Going from not wanting to post yourself to this now being literally your full-time work. Yeah, it's a big change. I really enjoy it, and I want to get back. I felt like, we've spoken about this, but I felt like last year my health side has slipped a bit, but I've been really concentrating on growing into what we've been doing online, which we've took it from something that has been a bit of fun on the side to a full-time job, which I'm proud of, really, really proud of, but I really do want to get, because I know it will give me more creativity, more confidence online, back to posting some of the non-dart stuff as well, which I really want to do. I want to get posting day in the lives, what I'm eating, how I'm training, etc. And we'll get there. We'll do it. 100%,
man. I think what's really inspiring about Charlie is he said he's been going through a spell where he's not been going forwards, but you're still in the game. You have this incredible ability to be able to respond and show up in what I would say is the face of adversity at times. And I think that's really inspiring, and something a lot of people can take away from this. And we'll, go into it in good detail today, because you're a very inspirational guy. So let's speak a little bit about your background as well, Charlie, because I don't think the audience know. I don't actually know loads about between school. I mean, you're 30 now as well, mate. So left school at 16, 17. What happened between the age of then to 30?
Well, I did, when I left school, I went into college, did electrical installations, level 2 and level 3. I never finished the level 3 because I never did the on-site practical, just because I had another job. I was working in a restaurant, cafe kind of place, and I really enjoyed it. And I kind of felt, I don't really need to do this. I'll just stick with the job I've got. So kind of left that there, stuck with the job. Then I went on to do some removals, where I went to France, Spain, things like that. I enjoyed that. That was quite an active job. A lot of eating crap though came with it, like stopping at chuck wagons and McDonald's and that every day, which that was not ideal, but we were quite fit at the time, just still overweight, but I was doing a lot of exercise daily, lifting and walking. What did I do after that? Oh, then I went to a place called Rebordol, a frozen food factory, which I really liked. I worked in the non-conformance department there, and on the computer. I really enjoyed that. It was like investigating errors and things like that, and just trying to solve problems, which I liked. And then after that, it was taking care of my dad, which I did for 3 years up until very recently. And now I'm a full-time YouTuber and content creator, which is mental to say, it's only been a month I've really been doing it. I don't know, I don't really like saying it, even though I'm proud of it, but it's like one of them, I don't know, it's weird. But I love it. I love creating videos, I love creating content, and I want to get better at it as well. Because I do feel I can do so much more and so much better. It's just hard to do. It is really hard. People know how hard it is just to get going.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the hardest bit, getting going, actually. But I'll get there, and I will. I want to do things outside of darts as well. I love my darts content. I'm never going to stop doing that. But people enjoy the other stuff as well, and I need to get the confidence to do that again, which I think I'll get from being back. I even feel better for training this morning. We had a session this morning, didn't we? I just feel better already just for having that.
100%, mate. So you said you went through France.
Oh, yeah. France, yeah.
The craziest story or anything mental that happened?
Yeah, well, we had a 44-foot road train, which is like the biggest in the kind of UK you can get. We tipped that on its side, and my mate's arm was stuck underneath.
Wow. And
they had to get a crane to lift it up. They were going to cut his arm off. So while he was trapped under there, I had to climb up through. So obviously the driver's side was on its side like that. So I had to climb up through my window and then down the bottom of the lorry, which was crazy, and it had fallen down this big pit. So yeah, that was a bad crash. That's probably that. We had immigrants, you know, because it's a big problem in France. The immigrants that are getting to your lorry and things like that. You know, they'll cut in. Sometimes they get in, and there's no sign of them getting in. They like professionally pick the locks, and because a lot of companies now, they go to extreme measures getting sophisticated locks, and like not all lorries are soft-sided. Some of them are hard-sided, and you're like, how have they got in? There'll be 20 of them in there. And sometimes it didn't happen with me. It happened with some of my colleagues, but they were threatened with weapons when they were trying to get them out. So bad. You can't park in France, but you couldn't at the time. And I'm presuming it's only got worse, to be honest, from what I've heard. But within so many hundreds of miles of Calais, because if they spot a wagon that's going that way, because they know you're coming over here, they just try and get in. It's really bad.
Can you speak any French or?
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle Charlie.
Yeah, baguette. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I mean, mate, that's a mad story about your friend.
Yeah. He's made a full recovery now, but for a long time his hand was very bad, really bad. And I say I'm glad they didn't cut it off, because that would pretty bad. That would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, mate, as well, what you said there about obviously you were caring for your dad, that took up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
And the fact that you built your video stuff, because like you said, the toughest thing is actually just getting going.
Yeah.
So you were building it, the most challenging thing, you were doing your fitness journey and looking after your dad at the same time. I mean, that's a very busy 3 years there.
Yeah. I think at that point, whilst, you know, before the content creation got really going and I spent so much time on it, you know, the fitness was at the front of my mind, and that was my main focus. And I kind of did a little bit of a switch to the main focus being the content, the YouTube. And obviously I don't have my dad to look after now, so that I can kind of have another main focus with the fitness as well, and I think that will help spur me on with the YouTube stuff. Hopefully go hand in hand. But it does show you can do a lot, even if you've got a lot on. You just got to get on with it. But don't be afraid to take a step back from things. It's not the end of the world. I think we lost. I was 22 stone 4 pounds. We got down to, I think, around 16 stone 3-4 pounds. So that's about 6 stone. And we've put on about 3.5, but we're still net 2.5, 3 down, which is good.
That's the thing is, I've messed up a lot of my post diets as well, and it's what people don't speak about. They see the before and afters, and they think they can do that, and they don't see what comes after a diet a lot of time. Yeah. But the thing is now, is you're going into this next diet knowing what it's like to come out of that diet, knowing how to
more
handle
experience.
It. You've got more skills now. You've got more momentum in terms of how your life looks now as well.
Yeah, it's very different.
You've got a lot more time on your hands, so it's going to be very exciting to see where we can take it to, mate.
Yeah, I mean, do not get me wrong, YouTube is hard. I'm at the point where it's enough to give me the life that I've got to pay my bills. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mega rich or anything like that. I've got enough to pay my bills and enough to do some things that I want to do. perfect. But I'm having to work hard for that. It's not like you know, there's some people that have made it. They can post one video a month, and that will pay them for a lavish lifestyle. And work hard at what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, if I want to go to the gym on a morning now, I can. Do you know what I mean? I've not got somebody telling me you've got to be here at 8 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. You're 8 till 6, which I feel really privileged that I've worked hard at it for, and I am my own boss. But I do know I have to put myself first as well with the gym and things like that, and I'm in a lucky situation for that.
I think people see the glamorous side to creation. They see like a little, 30-second video of yourself, and they think, oh, it's probably working like 10, 20 minutes a day. But
I wish.
I mean, for myself, I normally start work at like 5 in the morning and finish at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
When you're an entrepreneur and you've got stuff going all day, you work like 12 hours
a
day.
Definitely, and not only that, they see the really big people. I'll use like, for instance, #Brady, things like that. They've done so well. They've blown up. They'll have sponsorships, YouTube videos that will probably pay people's yearly wages that content creators like me and myself are doing. And I know I'm in a lucky situation. I know that, but it is hard work. It really is.
You don't realise when you step into something like that, the amount of hats you have to wear.
Yeah.
You know, editor, creator, idea man.
Yeah.
You got to start doing your own box as well. There's so many different aspects that come into it. I mean, there's probably like 5 or 6 different job roles that you do inside what you do. Yeah,
loads, mate, loads. And it's, as well, when you're at home, it's the people you live with, like my wife, that they think, oh, you're at home or whatever. You're not. You kind of say, well, I'm going to have to go do this upstairs, or I'm working. Do you know what I mean? It's,
Well, it's like last week, you went to London twice.
Yeah, bloody, I'm from the north, so London's a trek. But just time. But I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it, and I think we're entering the busy time for darts, and I think it's going to be a good few months.
Awesome, man. Well, when did you actually start making content? Like, what was the first post that you put out there?
The first post was, I was at a Manchester United game and I was in the pub, and the fans chanting. I recorded it and just posted it on TikTok. Not to be a creator, just I thought my friends might see it. To be honest, like you used to post on Facebook, I thought, I'll post on TikTok. I did, and it went viral, and I thought, I'll do that again next time I go. And then I started getting comments like, oh, do you go to all the Man United games? And your video replied to a comment, and it kind of just went from there, and the following just kept going up and up and up and up. And I thought, oh, I'll try something different. I'll show a food review. People liked that, and along the way, you also learn that what people like and what they don't like as well. Do you know what I mean? Not every video is a banger. And even sometimes you can put a lot of effort into a video, a lot of effort into some creation, and it just doesn't do very well. And on the flip side, you can do something that you think's rubbish. You've put no effort and time into it, and you just go, there's no real judging it, to be honest.
No, 100%. I think one of the best things someone told me is just make 100 posts and then see what works well out of that. Because like you said, sometimes I'll put like an hour or 2 into a reel, which is probably not a lot. Charlie probably puts more than that into it, but it just absolutely flops. So I'll just get my phone out my pocket, film like a stupid reel, and you'll get way more views.
Yeah, you can't judge it. The best thing you can do, and it's same with the fitness, is just be consistent. If you be consistent, you'll do well. I think consistency is the key to everything, isn't it, really?
100%. Yeah. What's your favourite style of content to make?
Ooh, my favourite style of content? I like doing the stuff away from darts. I love doing my darts YouTube videos, but I probably like the day in the life and food stuff. But it's so difficult to film. You kind of need someone to film it for you, unless you've got all your little tripod and everything with you. And if you're outside, you're dealing with wind, you need to make sure you've got your mic on. If you're in a restaurant, you've got music playing. I'd love to do more. Maybe I like studio and do food stuff. I really do like the food stuff, and the comments are always good because everyone can relate to food content because everybody eats. And some people, won't like what you're eating. Some people will love it, and it does really well. I obviously love the dart stuff, and I like looking at new launches and things like that. But that feels like it's almost become like a bit work-like now. So maybe look at doing something else on the side.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
My favourite content of yours has got to be the match day clobber, or it's got to be the grub stuff. Whenever I see some of my clients, they'd always say like Charlie Murphy, the guy that just tries loads of clothes on. I've seen them before, then they're absolutely hilarious. I mean, what inspired the match day clobber?
I don't know. There were it was kind of a little bit like rage bait content, but people liked it, or it was one of them. Even if they didn't like it, they was like, "What's this guy doing?" But it's light-hearted as well, you know. Some people put some stuff online to get views, likes, or whatever, or to grow, and it can upset people or it can be nasty. I've never wanted to post negative content at all. Like if I did it once or twice, if Man United played badly, I'd be putting a note and then I'd take it off, and I'm like, I don't want to post that. I can say I'm disappointed in the team, but I don't want to be having a go at players and things like, like some people do, because even though them videos will do better. Yeah. They always will, but I want to spread positivity out. I want to inspire people. I want people to, even if they don't like my content, just, he's harmless, we'll leave it. You know what I mean? You always get some people online. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get a troll somewhere. Always. Even if you're, perfect. It happens. I don't experience the trolls too much because I don't make content that gets lots of views. So how do you deal with the trolls like? Everyone does it a little bit differently. I normally try and outsmart them in a way, or put something, or if you can't outsmart them, just be polite back to them. And they don't like that, and it just makes them look silly, really. Even if it has annoyed you, don't let them show that, because if other people see that you get rattled by something, they'll just more people do it. So don't show on. Online, you can show what you want to show. So don't show yourself getting triggered by something, because there are people out there that will want to trigger you, 100%. Definitely, man. Yeah. When did you realise that you could actually make it into a career? Was it YouTube, or was there anything that when you thought I could actually have a crack at the whip of it? Within the last 6 months, really. It wasn't my plan to leave my job with my dad or anything like that. His health kind of forced the situation. And I was looking at things and I was like, well, if I cut this, or, make my lifestyle a little bit smaller here, work things out, I could actually survive and live on what I'm bringing in from this, or at least give it a go. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to enter in a good few months now where views will be up, get paid for views, affiliates and things like that. More of that will be getting used. Need to try and save though, still. We're not in a position where because you get to April, once April's here, interest in darts slopes off a bit. People are out, people aren't watching videos as much, because the weather's nice, they're getting out, they're going out on Friday nights, etc. So, yeah, I've got sponsorships, I've got YouTube, I get good money on YouTube. It's just, I don't know, we'll see if it works, won't we? If not, I'll go get a job. Yeah. I don't mind going and getting a job. Probably won't have to be a full-time job, but even if I did, who cares? I'm not afraid of working. I hear you, man. Yeah. That was something I did when I went self-employed. I was like, what's the worst case scenario? I'd rather take a risk on myself. Rather than having that fear of failure, it's like, I'd rather just have a fear of not reaching my potential. Like for yourself, mate, you've got a massive ceiling when you actually deep it. What does the future actually look like for yourself, mate? What can you vision for yourself next year? I'd like to get to a position where my YouTube channel was solely enough to pay my bills, give me some spending money, and then everything else just on top of that. Where I could post, I'm happy working hard. 3 videos a week's a lot of videos. Live streams, I'm more than happy doing that. The dream would be to get to the point where you could post 1 or 2 videos a week and things like that. But we'll see. I like doing it. I'm already in a position where in the dart scene where so many people automatically come to my videos anyway, because you're established in the scene. Yeah, some people won't like you. That's fair enough. I don't like everybody else. No, I don't like everybody. There are people I don't like. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Nobody likes everybody. No, 100%, mate. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. Definitely, man. Well, mate, something I'd love to ask you, bro, is if someone's in your position where you were a year ago, so you said 6 months ago before you felt like it could become a thing, what advice have you got to them if they're
doubting themselves. They're thinking, is this actually going to work out? They're not really backing themselves. I'm sure you were probably in that position yourself. What's your bit of advice to someone who's kind of just about to break into that ceiling?
Just keep going. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and you don't know what's around the corner. You really don't, and that's it. You just don't know what's ahead of you.
Definitely, man.
So try not to be too down with things. You know, but everyone gets crap that goes on, and you know, my life's not being perfect. Far from it. I bet your life's not being perfect. But you just keep going.
It's faith. You have to have that faith in the target, and it's like, even when, for example, in your fitness journey, you've not been smashing it, me and Charlie always have the faith he's going to break into that next barrier.
Yeah.
Not once have I ever said to you, Charlie, you're not going to go and do that.
Yeah.
And not once have you said to me, I'm not going to do it, because we both know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We both know you've got the ability. We both know you've got the talent. And we know it's going to happen for your YouTube, and it's going to happen for your fitness journey as well. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we have that faith it's going to happen. So that's what I would do. If you want to get somewhere in life, is just have the faith that it's already happened, because something I always say is it doesn't cost you anything to dream bigger with your vision.
No, well, even when I wasn't earning serious, like enough to, you know, let's say I was earning £500 or £1,000 a month, so it wasn't enough to, you know, pay your bills or anything. So it was extra money. I was not like treating that money as, oh, I'm gonna go away for the weekend, or I'm gonna buy my mates all this, or anything like that. It was, can I get a better camera to improve my content? So I think I've always known, without saying it, that I want to go further with everything. But I've never really just said it. I've just kind of prepped myself for it. So just keep putting back in. Can I do this better? You know, can I buy this to do a review on this? And at the minute it's worked, you know. Will it work forever? Who knows? Fingers crossed.
You have to become obsessed with it in a way, because, like you say, it does. When you're building, you won't make a profit from it for a long time.
No, definitely not. I see it with some of my friends, my brother. They do the best. They do good content, no worse than what I'm doing at all. And the first video they might post, and it'll get 50 views or whatever. And it's like, just keep going. And it sounds hard, and I know it's annoying that you've spent time and hours, but you just got to keep going. You know, you need a bit of luck as well. To be fair, I think you need a bit of luck, and but don't be afraid to try different things.
You can make your own luck as well, though. And it's about the people you surround yourself with as well, because, like you say, there was moments in my career where I felt like I wasn't going to get there. You know, I was actually on the verge of quitting coaching probably about 4 times in 2021. I mean, I literally got made redundant from my job as a PT in 2020. In 2022, I was going to quit coaching because I wasn't getting any results from it. And even when I've left the gym floor, there's been months, I'm like, am I going to have to go get back and get a real job now? You know, am I going to have to go and work for someone? It's these moments that they're going to continue cropping up. You're going to continue having these doubts. They're always going to be there. But actually having that element of supporting people in your corner. And I think you've got some amazing people in your corner. I mean, Georgie's an absolute wonder for you as well.
Yeah, 100%, Yeah, she's so supportive of what I do. I mean, biggest fan. She watches all my videos. She watches them more than me. But yeah, my family and everything, they're bang on. It's what you need, really, I think, if you're doing something like this, because it can be frustrating at times.
Yeah, because you're going to have up and down months. I mean, I thoroughly guarantee me and you will have up and down months over the next 12 months. I think this year for me has been the most challenging year of my life, because when you get to new levels in life, there's new devils. The further you go, the bigger problems that you face. Definitely. But it all comes down to your experience and the people that are in your corner as well. So, mate, I'm glad to hear that you've got some great people in your corner, bro. 100%. And I love supporting you and being in your corner as well, mate. It's been, thank you. I can't believe it's been so long, mate. I mean, we last met in 2024 January. Yeah. And that doesn't feel like that long ago, mate. No. In a way it does as well. I remember the day, it does feel a long time ago, but yeah. It's crazy, 2 years ago since then, basically. Oh, yeah, of course it is, yeah, because we're at the end of 2025. January. Yeah, wow, yeah. Bloody hell. Mate, time's flown by, bro. Yeah, it has. It's going to be a great year, though, mate. So what we'll speak about is we'll go into the training side. So I wanted to let you guys know a bit more about Charlie and his background, because I don't think you show enough of that online. I think you should start posting more day-in-the-life content, mate. I definitely want to, yeah. I think when I am gymming now, going to be more and eating right, I won't feel as sluggish. I will be more productive, and I'll just be like, I'll just whip my phone out, I'll just do this. And I
think we'll see more of that because I enjoy it and people enjoy it as well.
I enjoy it, mate.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing it, man.
Yeah, perfect.
So fitness-wise, like obviously I knew you 2023. That's when I got to know you, mate. Before then, where were you at, mate? How was training? How was fitness for buffering in up till the age of 20, 25?
I've never really been that fit, to be honest. I played a little bit of football at school, but nothing serious. I've always been overweight and unfit, really, to be fair. And obviously I was at my worst when I first contacted you in 2023 when I was on holiday, and I just felt like something's got to change now. I'm at the biggest I've ever been. I'm on holiday. On top of that, and my clothes are so tight, my chest is tight. I felt like I was close to falling off a cliff and just becoming really unhealthy. Like, I was unhealthy already, but like having health issues. It literally felt as if I was suffocating in my chest, if that made sense.
I remember it, man, because I remember we spoke in probably the February or March of that year.
Yeah.
We were speaking about coaching, and you said no, you didn't want to do it at that point.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a message from you away. You were on the lounger. There, sent me a phone like, Matt, I need to make a change. Like, what was the difference between February when you said no and then May when you decided to get going?
I think sometimes you think, oh yeah, I can do this. You know, I'll give it a bit of time myself. But then, like I say, I was on holiday about 10 days into a 14 days all-inclusive at the biggest I've ever been. Plus, on top of that, just eating and drinking like an absolute pig. And it just made me feel even worse. And I was like, I need someone to hold me accountable. I need to make a change. I need help. And so I messaged you, and then we arranged the call for, I think it was the day after I got back.
Yeah.
And then boom, we started, and we did really well that year. If I remember, I think we went from in that year, so it was the start of June or end of May 2023 until December. I think we lost about 5 stone in them.
Incredible.
Just an absolute tear. So I know I can do it. It's just doing it. Sticking to, the problem is when I get to around 16 stone, I get really happy to where I've got.
Yeah.
And I let my standards slip, and other things came along, like my life and routines completely changed. But like I say, now I'm in control of it a lot more. If I get the good things in place, the good routines in, we'll be absolutely flying.
Yeah.
And we'll set new goals like we've spoke about and we will speak about. Yeah.
I mean, mate, I've not seen many things like it. I've coached probably about 400 people in the last 5 years now, and yours has got to be top 5 out of them 400 people of the rate of loss that you saw. Like, I'd log into our training app and I'd see Charlie Murphy's dropped a kilogram. Charlie Murphy's dropped another ½ kilogram. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the advice you can give to someone? Because obviously if someone's looking to lose a lot of weight in that period, what would you say to someone who was in your scenario there?
You've got to just start. And we didn't start with ridiculous gym sessions or anything. I literally started by walking, and he did set me up with some home workouts, which I did like twice a week, and I only had a small living room, and I'm there trying to bloody plank and all these things he's got on it. It does, you know, it speaks to you, and you can work out kind of what you want to do, but not just what you want to do, because you get pushed. And oh God, the stuff I was doing. And then, what was it, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks? I says, look, I think I'm ready to go to the gym now. Yeah. Because it took a while to, for that, because I was so unfit. But going out walking and things like, was getting the steps in. I felt after 3-4 weeks of eating clean and getting the walking in that I actually was fitter already in the home workouts. And it kind of loosened me up a bit, ready for the gym. And we got in there. And again, we didn't move mountains in the gym. It just showed up 5 times a week, probably 4 times to start with, actually. 4 times a week. A few weights, not ridiculous amounts of weights. Good bit of cardio, not loads or 20, 30 minutes. And if you're that with the eating, it'll perfect. And that's all I need to do again.
Yeah, man.
It's that simple. Just repeat it. Be consistent. That's what I know I'm not recently, is consistent. I can go to the gym once a week now, or what I had been doing, and I can eat well twice a week, but that's not enough. It needs to be 5 times a week, 6 times a week. I wasn't perfect as well throughout them 6 months. There were days, I still had plenty of treats, trust me, but it just wasn't every day. It was once or twice a week or anything like that.
You've got to have that though, mate, because you would never have sustained that loss for the amount of time you did, because you sustained it for a long time as well, a good 18 months. So, you know, you never would have sustained that if you didn't enjoy yourself. Something I was big on to Charlie throughout the process was, mate, you need to actually enjoy this. We spoke about this today, and we're just working out ways to actually get like a real spark back in his journey, which we'll speak about on the pod today as well. But what I loved there was it brought me back and gave me a flashback. I remember our first call, and I spoke to you about the gym. And it was like Charlie saw a ghost when I spoke to him about the gym. He was like, no, I'm not going in the gym. So
I didn't want to start with.
So we built the home workout routine, and obviously the trajectory then became for him to go into the gym. And that should really inspire people to be like, just because things don't feel perfect. Now, I'm sure your journey never felt perfect.
No, definitely not. I look back now at the pictures when I wasn't my thinnest. I'm like, bloody hell. You didn't at the time. I did not feel that I was doing so well, if that made sense. Even though I felt good, you kind of didn't realise where you were. So it's really tough, really. And then when you look back at the pictures of what you were like, bloody hell, I don't want to get that big again. And then you see yourself, it's weird seeing going from one to the other, really. It's strange.
Definitely, mate. It's so invaluable taking them photos, though, because when you look back at yourself in the mirror each day, it's male body dysmorphia. Because you see yourself every day in the mirror, you don't notice the changes. But when you look back at the photos, it's groundbreaking, because numbers are cool, but you know, the confidence that we're both looking for as men, because I still want to level up my confidence as well. It's not going to come from me dropping 10 kilos. It's going to be the man that I become in the process. So it's going to be the same as yourself. When you hit the next 6 weeks, go in the gym 4 or 5 times a week and you're eating clean, the confidence will be cool from the number, but it's really going to be the fact you know you've done that for 6 weeks. You know you've hit that momentum.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
And it will give you that trajectory for next year as well. So in terms of next year as well, mate, we've got some exciting stuff coming up. We're going to do a little competition in January to March, which I'm excited for. So we're going to compete against each other, me and Charlie. So who can lose the most percentage of their body weight? It's going to be interesting, mate. I'm going to aim to lose over 10 kilos between January and the end of March. And for yourself, that'll be you losing 16, 17 kilos. Which is going to be a big part.
Same for you. 10 kilos at your weight, it's not easy.
No, it's tough.
So, you know, we'll both do our best, but I like a bit of competition, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be cool, man. We'll think about a little forfeit as well. It's going to be something cool, maybe something for charity or something like that. So we'll make the bet in
Shave your head.
Mate.
Saying that, I've not got many haircuts left, so
that could be an interesting one, mate. I don't think I can do that. I'm receded, mate. So.
It's all right, mate.
That'll be a big forfeit, mate. I won't be losing that, mate, if you've got to shave our heads. But that'll be cool, man. I think that's something the audience can take here is like, me and Charlie are very similar in the essence. We need stuff to look forwards to. There needs to be a spark. Like when we were training earlier, it was like, I could just tell you just really want to fall back in love with your process again.
Definitely. Like, you know, I've not even mentioned this to you, but you see so many people, you can go get Mounjaro and you lose a bit of weight. I don't want to do that. I want to train. How you feel training is so good. It doesn't just help you with your fitness, with your health, helps you with what you're doing throughout the day. It gives you a bit of purpose. It makes you happier. You know what I mean? You know, I've looked at it, and the wife even mentioned it. She said she wants it. She doesn't need it at all. I says, you don't be stupid. You know, it's not what you want. You like going to the gym. We just need to get back into it. How many times when we get into it do we say, "Oh, I'm so glad we're back into this," and that's what you want to do. So, not a fair play to some people that need it medically, but there are some people that are just doing it to lose weight, and they'll I don't know. We'll see. It's not for me though.
I agree, mate. I agree completely. Like you say as well. I think there's going to be so many lives it's going to change. But it'll be a bad thing. There'll be good of it, and there'll be terrible things.
Exactly. You know, it will be for some people. It's not for me. I want to be fit. In the way that if I want to go do something, I love playing sports. I play a lot of Padel. You know, I actually like it on the cross trainer at the gym. I like lifting weights. I feel like my darts are better once I've been training as well. To be fair, not straight after, but I have found if I've had a couple of days at the gym, like that later that week or later the day, even my darts are even going well. So
you're a fit guy, mate. You were doing 10 hours of Padel a week.
Yeah, I was doing a lot. I actually got to the point where I was doing too much. I'd had some days where I played it was actually 5+ hours and I was too knackered. And that's where we've said, look, you need to cut that back a bit because I can't get into the gym the next day because I can barely walk. And I wasn't enjoying my paddle as much then when I was playing my next match because I was still tired. So yeah, cut that back a bit. I want to play 4 or 5 times a week, an hour and a half each time, and that'll be good.
You're very similar to me in the essence. You've got an all or nothing mindset. It's either 0 or 100.
Yeah,
that's the same thing as paddle. But I mean, you've learned that lesson now, and it's like you've got to find that ground of where you can recover mentally and physically. And we're starting to find that ground now. So it's exciting, mate.
Yeah, it's
something
learning.
I'd love to know, mate, is I feel like you were quite on the fence back in 2023. And I'd love you to give a bit of advice to anyone that's on the fence about making a change in their life. So before we spoke, you were kind of on the fence about whether now was the right time or whether you would kind of back yourself to actually do this, maybe waste your own time, waste someone else's time. Like, what would you say to someone who's going through that, who needs to make a change?
If you're sat there, if you're unhappy with yourself, if you don't feel fit, if you feel like you've got a problem on your hands, if you're unhappy, even if you're just mentally unhappy and you want to make a change, I'd definitely get in touch with Matt because he's really, really helped me. And if you stick to what he says and you work with him and just be honest, your life will change for the better. Definitely mentally, physically, and you'll enjoy it. You don't have to move mountains. He's not going to turn you into a bodybuilder in day one. He's not a miracle worker, but he can give you the lesson and the coaching that you need and the support that you need, the accountability. It's absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you, mate. I appreciate that, bro. And something that's powerful, mate, is we've committed to working together in 2026 as well, mate. What do you feel like keeps you going, mate? What's keeping you going within this?
Well, I want to succeed, and a new year is always great. But like I said when you were talking this morning, I said I don't want to be like, right, we're starting in the new year. I want to have a good 5-6 weeks now, and you've said you can enjoy your little bit of time over Christmas, which you always do. You always make sure that, there is times and pullbacks and maintenance. It's not go all the time. But I want to nail this period now and go into the new year the best I've been in 2025. Because it's not been my best year physically. Anything like that, mentally as well, to be fair. It just hasn't. It's been a tough year, but I want to go into the new year in my best shape because I'm doing what I love with the YouTube, and I really do feel if I'm working with you that we can smash it, and next year can be my best year ever in everything that I'm doing.
Definitely, man.
100%.
What's powerful there, mate, is we're going to end this year on a high, and despite the fact that it's been a tough year, challenging year, a lot of challenges, you're actually going to basically end the year in a better place than you started the year.
100%, yeah, definitely. I've said that I'd like to enter the new year under 19 stone, which I don't think I have been this year, so that's something to look forward to. Definitely, man.
And mate, that's really inspirational to a lot of people who are going through stuff, because what I'll say with fitness is it doesn't need to be a 52-week-a-year thing.
No.
With work, I'm a bit of a maniac at work, and I take 1 week a year off for Christmas. But for most people, you'll take 6, 7, 8 weeks of the year off probably. Treat fitness like that. Let yourself have 6, 7, 8 weeks just off. Like when you go to Turkey, I'm not telling you, Charlie, go and don't do stuff. I'm glad when I see his videos and he's on the Fanta Orange, the liquid sunshine out there.
Yeah,
I'm glad
liquid gold. Go on.
I'm glad when I see his Christmas dinners. The way we're going to make sure this is sustainable for you is...
when they see my Christmas dinners, mate, they're awful. no veg, ketchup.
It always made me laugh, man. You know what? I do say it to a lot of people. Whenever someone says to me they're a fussy eater, I say, don't you worry, mate. I've coached Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't eat any vegetables. I'm not proud of that, by the way. I can't physically. Well, it's like my throat goes like that if I put something like that. Mashed potatoes the worst. Oh. Yeah, we do well. To get a tune out of me, you've done pretty well, mate. So
well, this is just the beginning, mate. We want to be proud of what we've done, but
yeah, and I want to document the journey together as well next year. So this is a good start. Treat this as a start. We're going to do a shoot in April, I think, aren't we?
Not even think we're going to do a shoot.
Yeah.
I said I'm proud of you for that, mate, because that's very much so out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to do the diet between January and March, is I'm going to do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And we've got some of the other guys in the team doing it as well. And I said to Charlie about it today, and he's like, you know what, Matt, fuck it. It's something for me to aim for. It's something for me to enjoy. And, mate, I'm proud of you for that, bro, because it's out your comfort zone.
Yeah, 100%. And that's not, I'm not going into that saying that's my final goal. That's a checkpoint. And we're going to work towards the next one, maybe 6 months after that. And that, you know, that might not even be the final. That might be checkpoint number 2. But we're going to do it and we're going to smash it.
It's going to be exciting, mate.
Yeah, and people are going to see the difference. And, you know, I'm sure they'll, you know, I used to get loads of messages about it because I used to post about it. I don't really post now because I don't want to, because it's not really been positive, but we're going to hit the positive notes going forward.
Definitely, man. But that will be the inspiring stuff, is when you get there and you tell everyone, look, this is where I've been struggling.
Yeah.
And I went through all that and I still got to my goals.
It's very relatable, isn't it?
That's going to inspire a lot of people to go, right, well, look, you don't need to be perfect at this, because I used to be a big perfectionist. I used to have a YouTube channel in 2016. I had 2,000 subscribers, which was quite good in 2016.
Yeah.
Getting quite a few views. And I was in school and I would go into school lessons and people would like recite my intro to me and just bully me for it.
Oh, and I've had all that before. Where I used to work, people used to take the mick out your videos, but they're the same people now that are messaging, oh, can I have a dartboard?
There you go, mate.
Yeah.
And I quit it because of that. Like, I was a big perfectionist because things didn't feel perfect there. I was bullied. I quit doing YouTube back then. And it was the same thing in COVID when I was made redundant as a PT. I didn't feel good enough to do online. I didn't feel good enough to jump on camera. I was a big perfectionist. And, you know, what you can learn from me and Charlie is, although things haven't always felt perfect for us, we've still managed to get to where we want to be.
Yeah, you should never look for perfection, really, to be fair. I think we can agree that, you know, there's bumps in the road. It's never going to be perfectly up, perfectly down. You just got to take the rough with the smooth.
Defo, bro. Have you got any advice for someone who's very busy? Because obviously you went through a lot with your career, a lot with your dad, a lot with everything in general, mate. So someone who's balancing a lot, their career, being busy at work, busy with family, and wants to get in shape or just wants to achieve a goal.
I know it won't work for everybody because some people will start work or have to commute really early. But try and have a look at what you can do first thing on a morning, even if you have to get up a bit earlier. And like I say, some people that will be impossible. They'll have to look at another option. But I'm speaking from my own experience. Going to the gym early on a morning, getting your weighing done, having your water or whatever, going to the gym first thing on a morning. Literally, what I mean by first thing is literally get up and go.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know, straight away. That worked for me. And that set my day. I'd gone and trained, and anything I did that day, let's say if I wanted to eat a load of crap like that, that would have mean that I've wasted my morning.
Yeah.
I've wasted getting up. So that's what really worked for me, to be fair. It might not work for everybody, but that's what I'd recommend.
I'd recommend it as well. I still do that. So I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. I don't start with clients until 8, but I know that between 8 and 10, there could be some problems that come my way. So I want to do the important work between 5 and 7. So anything I need to do that's like an important task, I'll get done between 5 and 7. So regardless of my emotion in the day when something goes wrong, that important work still gets done. So what's important about that is Charlie said the most important thing in his life is health. Yeah. He was doing first thing, so it doesn't need to be your health. Yeah. Whatever's the main thing that you need to work on or is a big problem in your life, if you just spend even half an hour or an hour in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, with some people that work, you know, ridiculously early mornings or something like that, maybe look at what you can do as soon as you finish then. Or as soon as your first bit of available time, just give it a go. Do your exercise. Doesn't have to be much to start. You know, there'll be a lot of people that think, oh, I'm not as fit as him, but there'll be a lot of people think, oh, I can actually do way more than him. I'm not in his position or anything. That's fine, you know, just go at your level.
Yeah. What do you think was the biggest thing to keep you at it, like on a tough week on your fitness journey? What kept you going when the tough weeks came along?
It's just the consistency. I knew if I shoe up. I can't think of the word.
If I showed up.
If I showed up, regularly, at least 4 or 5 times a week, that I wasn't going to. And that's the difference now. I don't do that. The max I get is 1 or 2 times a week, if that. And that's what it is. I just let the consistency go. So that's what, you know, it's Monday today, I lose track. It's really weird when you kind of stop working for somebody else because you lose track of the days. So Monday today, we've trained and going to tomorrow train and just keep training now.
Love that, mate.
That's the plan.
What's the big benefit of that for you? Because obviously it's cool, the confidence. I know confidence is a big thing, but is there any like big benefits you found from that?
From what? From what?
Just from getting control of your health.
Yeah, just everything. Everything just seems to go better, and you feel better about yourself. You do more. Everything's just better, really.
So like productivity, just the way you were showing up as a man.
Yeah, productivity, energy, happiness up here. You know, it's nicer, isn't it, when you're in smaller clothes? Everything just there's no negative to it. At all,
man.
You know, and once you are into it, and you know, you don't miss eating crap.
Yeah.
You actually feel shit eating crap.
Yeah, that's what I ask myself when I eat food is not how is this going to taste, but how is this going to make me feel?
Yeah, exactly. And it's cheaper as well.
Yeah.
But the takeaways are well expensive. Domino's should be locked up. What they're charging.
Like Nando's these days. Nando's is through the roof.
It has as well. Bloody hell.
That's funny, man. Do you feel like you've had to sacrifice much? So
No. We've mentioned that before. No, definitely not. What you gain massively outweighs what you sacrifice. You don't sacrifice anything. Realistically, I don't like eating crap. One of my problems is there's not actually much healthy things that I do like eating or want to prepare for myself. That's the problem. Sometimes, but just doing that, so sacrificing that little bit of time, being prepared and getting your food in. I like training once you get going. Don't get me wrong, the first time you go or whatever, you do feel like you're blowing, but you soon get into it. Like you said earlier about aching, you stop aching after a few times, and yeah, you never regret a gym session, do you? But how many times do you regret eating a pizza? I did last night. Half it's in bin because I got halfway through eating it. Like I could have finished it. I was like, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean?
I hear you, bro. It's all about taking accountability for it, though, mate.
Yeah,
that's the main thing you need.
Yeah,
that's the thing that kick-started me with my fitness. Is I could always get in decent nick, but not to the next level, and I had to go to a coach myself because I needed someone to say to me, like, Matt, this is your bullshit. This is where you're coming up short, and I feel like that's probably been a cheat code for you as well, with just having accountability.
100%, mate. Yeah, definitely. I would not have been able to do it without you. So there we go.
Awesome, man.
That's an advert in itself.
Awesome,
Sign up to Matt.
Love it, bro. Let's go a bit more casual talk then, mate.
Yeah.
So football-wise, mate.
Yeah.
Man United fan, bro. Pretty sweet growing up for you boys.
Yeah, really good. I'd never been to a game until 2019. I got my season ticket in 2020 during COVID lockdown. I got lucky. Me and my wife got season tickets. We rang up and they just had them there. I know people say about this big waiting list, which there is, they do reference, but at that point, the day I rang up, they were selling them. Got really lucky because you normally have to take a seat at the top, and you had to be there at least a year before you could then move down. But 2021, the stadium was still shut. I think that's the correct year, and that counted as our season ticket. We didn't pay anything because you couldn't attend. And the next year, so when we could actually go, we got lower seats and we got really lucky. Or unlucky.
What year did you get your seats?
2020, but the first season ticket game that I went to was the opening game. It was Manchester United versus Leeds. I think we won 5-1 or 5-2. And so that it might have been 2022 or 2023. 2022-23 season, I think it was. And we've been there ever since. Absolutely love it. Won a couple of trophies. Last year was terrible at Old Trafford, but it's just...
No, it's all about the day out. Like, for example, I go to the football with my grandparents, and it's just like, even when we lose, I just enjoy going to the football, just enjoy having the day out.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. Murphy's match day munch. We'll get them back going. I used to look forward to that being a treat, really.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
100%, bro. And you said earlier, like, it surprised me. I thought darts was like your main thing, but football was your favourite sport, you said?
Yeah, but I think it is. It's, you know, I love darts. I really do. I love Formula One. I love football. Last year, I hated football. I was so focused on the darts and everything. I didn't enjoy it, and I missed a few matches. And this year, I'm really back enjoying my football.
Is that because Man United are better now?
Oh, yeah. I was quite lucky, really. I think I missed 3 home matches last year, and all three were absolutely pumped. And I give the tickets to my mate, and I didn't even charge him anything for them. And he were going for free, and I still think he was disappointed. I think honestly, like 3 games, we got pumped by about 3 goals at Old Trafford. I couldn't believe it. He says, you need to start going again because we keep getting battered. But yeah, we're doing all right this season.
You are better this season. I think Embuemo
he's my favourite signing. A lot of people love Kuna, and fair enough. It does look really good. Sesko as well doesn't look too bad. The keeper, amazing as well. But yeah, Brian's my favourite. Proper fan favourite is Brian.
I'd have taken him at Chelsea, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, Garnacho's been doing well for us, but I mean, you replaced him with, I know it's different sides, but Embuemo for Garnacho. I know Garnacho's more of a winger, but he actually looks quite good.
I didn't want to lose Garnacho. You know, he's playing no better at Chelsea than he was for United, no worse. It just the system, this manager's system, he didn't want him, and I don't know. I liked him as a player. Now he's gone, a bit of a Judas kind of thing for going, but I don't think it's all on him. I really don't. There's a lot we won't know. I think you're kind of frozen out by the manager, and I do think there's potential in him. I do think he can play better than he is playing. I don't know if he'd be better going abroad or something like that.
Yeah.
And getting some real confidence. You know, a bit like Ronaldo when he went to it, but Ronaldo was better when he left than Garnacho is now, to be honest. He was a Ballon d'Or winner, but there's a player in there. Mm-hmm. I think the modern game and everything like doesn't suit players like him. There's too much going on off the field for a player like Garnacho.
Yeah.
You know, even from the clothes he wears to his brother and stuff like that. But
yeah, I did see some of that. It's quite crazy that your brother's getting involved that much.
Yeah, it's different now, isn't it? It is different. The game's different, and I think it does affect what happens on the pitch.
Yeah, 100%. But what's your prediction for the season then? Where are United finishing?
I said at the start of the season I'd be happy with anything 8th or above, really, kind of into the European contention. But now I look now, I think, look, let's go for top 4. Let's go for Champions League spot. Why not? You know, I'll be happy with that.
Top 4, so you're going to overtake, surely not Chelsea, so it's got to be Liverpool or Man City you're overtaking then?
Chelsea won't stay up there, I don't think.
Oh dear.
I don't think.
It's going to be top 3 for Chelsea this season.
I don't think so, to be fair. Can't see
Liverpool are looking weak though, mate. I watched that game yesterday. They were looking weak against City.
Yeah, it looked good against Madrid though, didn't they? Midweek. So I don't know. I think, I must admit, it must be difficult for the Liverpool team, given what happened with Jota in the summer. I think people don't really like mentioning that or using that as an excuse. And I'm not saying it is an excuse, but it must be tough for some of them players.
Yeah.
So you got to give him a tap. I don't know. It must be so difficult, you know, and a big shock.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Well, mate, we'll wrap the podcast up there.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for coming on, mate. And I'm sure you probably came from Charlie's channel, but if you didn't, go and check him out on YouTube. Go and check him out on Instagram. Amazing creator. And watch the space for this man's journey.
Yeah, we're going to smash it. Easy now.